And to get a global perspective, we have British commentator David Vance joining us on the broadcast. Thank you, Mr. Vance, for joining us. And first, I would like your comments on the precision strikes that were carried out by India, sending a message not just to Pakistan, but the entire world. How do you view this? And would you say that in Operation Sindoor, India did not just retaliate, but also thrashed Pakistan both militarily and morally?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is, to me, a battle between civilization, because on the one hand, we've got India, and on the other hand, we've got the rogue state that is Pakistan, you know, a failed state. And in my opinion, a failed state should not be allowed to have access to nuclear capability, and that's what needs to be sorted out.
Well, as Operation Sindoor is concerned, you call it India's, striking a blow for civilization. You've also repeatedly called Pakistan a failed state and a terrorist incubator. Do you think that this attack will teach Pakistan any lesson? What makes you so convinced that diplomacy is no longer an option with Islamabad?
Yeah, listen, diplomacy has a role, clearly has a role. I understand that. But I think the only thing that Pakistan listens to is power and force. Those are the two things that it listens to. And therefore, whilst the diplomatic route can be tried, I mean, it's not worked out, has it, in the past? So why would it work out in the future? But what does work out is when India attacks and takes out the terrorist centres all around Pakistan. I'd like to see them all wiped out.
Well, I'm asking this because you've said the Western media is absolutely atrocious and biased in favour of Pakistan. Why do you think outlets like BBC, Al Jazeera and others frame terrorism against India so differently than, the attacks that are carried out anywhere else in the world? And also, why do you think BBC should be banned in India?
Yeah, I mean, I think that it is strange how many countries around the world do seem to be, broadly speaking, taking an even-handed approach between India and Pakistan. There's no reason to be even-handed in this. You don't be even-handed between right and wrong, good and evil. As far as I can see, this Pakistani regime has been a rogue regime for a long, long time. And the world needs to waken up. The thing is that India is doing us all a favour. I mean, this is the point on it. Every country in the world should support India, because India, if it can denuclearise or bring about the defenestration of the Pakistani regime, that helps us all. And I mean, obviously, there's the factors of China and there's the US as well, who are both involved in Pakistan. And that makes things difficult for India. But Prime Minister Modi is quite correct in what he's done. Everything he's done so far has been correct, apart from the ceasefire. I basically don't want to see a ceasefire.
Now, since you've mentioned US and you've criticized Donald Trump's claim of brokering peace between India and Pakistan, you said he lost all common sense. What is your message to Donald Trump today on India's right to defend itself?
Yes, good question. I would give Donald Trump a simple message: put America first and stay out of what's happening between India and Pakistan. You don't want... India is quite capable, in my opinion, of dealing properly and effectively with Pakistan. But Donald Trump trying to intervene and trying to claim credit for ceasefires and stuff, I don't think that's helpful at all. I broadly speaking, support Donald Trump, but on this, I really don't. He should stay out of it.
Now, is it time for the West to acknowledge that India is not just a regional power, but a civilizational bulwark against terror and extremism? And, how do you see Prime Minister Narendra Modi's role in this?
I think PM Modi's role is absolutely central. I mean, here we have a strong leader, a powerful country, facing great challenges, particularly from Pakistan, but also on China as well. And so it seems to me that we're very lucky to have PM Modi as leader of India. And I want to see other Western powers rally and support and give him everything that he needs. And I want to see Donald Trump do that as well, insofar as he needs it. But I'm under no illusions. I think PM Modi and India has the capability, has the power to be able to finish the job with Pakistan and completely remove the terrorist threat, remove the nuclear capabilities, yeah, that's what needs to happen. Until that happens, you'll just get more terrorist attacks. That's all that will happen.
Right, but then what about UK? Should UK publicly not support India's anti-terror operations, and shouldn't it rethink its decades-long appeasement policy for Pakistan? I'm asking this because Rishi Sunak, UK leaders like Rishi Sunak stood with India, but as far as Keir Starmer and the Labour Party is concerned, they remained absolutely silent on terror from Pakistan. Do you think Labour Party's reluctance to criticize Pakistan is because of the fear of losing the Pakistani Muslim vote bank? Although the FTA also with UK was announced during the Operation Sindoor.
Absolutely. In the UK and with Prime Minister Starmer, they have a considerable part of their vote, which is Pakistanis. Second, third generation Pakistanis. And Labour don't want to say anything to annoy them. That's a shame that the Prime Minister of the UK would not stand shoulder to shoulder with PM Modi. But it's driven by the fact that, unfortunately, the UK does have a significant Pakistani population, and I think it fears it. And that's one of the big problems the UK has. I mean, you know, we need to start deporting, but at this point in time, that explains why Starmer is quiet and says nothing.
Well, do you think, and this is my last question to you, do you think this was India's victory against terror in Pakistan?
Yeah, well, I think it's a stage. I think it's been a very important initiative, the Operation Sindoor. I think it's been, as I said, it's long overdue. It's really good. I was really pleased to see it happen, and it certainly has made an impression. But has it finished off? Has it finished the job? I don't think so. I think there has to be more done. But I think if Trump hadn't have got involved in David Vance and Marco Rubio in the States, if they have not got involved, everything would be sorted out by now. But the nuclear blackmail is we shouldn't be naive about it. The fact that Pakistan uses the whole capability thing as a blackmail tool is something that makes life difficult for all the powers, not least obviously India.
Well, there are some who, despite knowing Pakistan's reality, back them. Thank you very much, Mr. Vance, for speaking with us.